Hello, yeah, my name's Nick Pekovic, K-A-T-K-E-V-I-C-H, and I live in Providence. And yeah, I don't have like ultra prepared statement, but just a couple different things I want to touch upon. So first of all, I know in other states that are debating the same type of pipeline tariff did really comprehensive studies before they made decisions. So I know someone mentioned earlier, Massachusetts, the Attorney General, did a big report about, if we are really serious about lowering energy costs, what's the best way to do that? And that report found for the whole region that investing in energy efficiency is the #1 thing we can invest in to look if we are serious about lowering energy costs. Another thing to know is that that is in Massachusetts Superior Court right now, the legality of having a tariff like this. So I think there's some like real deep implications of these types of tariffs that I hope this commission really investigates. In Maine, a similar study was produced saying that the tariff wasn't a good idea. The state's utility commission still passed it anyway. So again, there's been 2 studies done in the region, both of which found that this is not a good idea to do. I think it's really shameful that National Grid, wants to have guaranteed profits as part of this. So they don't care about people. They don't care about people's utility rates like they're going to say they do. If they did, they wouldn't put guaranteed profits in there. Another important thing is National Grid owns, I believe, a 20% stake in the Access Northeast project. So I think there's some really like legal questions there. If they're saying that they need us to pay for the pipeline, and that they get guaranteed profits off the gas transmitted in the pipeline, but they also own the pipeline project. That just sounds like a lot of conflicts of interest there. And no one wants these pipelines. Across the region, people are resisting the first of the 3 Spectra expansions called the AIM project. The AIM project is about 1/3 of the size of Access Northeast, but there's been 240 people arrested as part of direct actions in New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. And that's just the first of the 3 projects. The second Spectra expansion, which I'm probably not going to tell y'all about, is called Atlantic Bridge. And it's called Atlantic Bridge because it's going to bridge the Atlantic to send fracked gas from the U.S. to propose liquefied natural gas export terminals in the Maritimes of Canada to export it to Europe. So these pipelines all about, they talk about keeping energy costs low for us. Spectra Energy is going to sell gas at the highest price it can, whether that's here or whether it's exporting it overseas. And if we build these pipelines, they start exporting it to Northern Europe, and the gas prices rise, that's going to be more profits for them. They don't care about keeping our energy prices down. So I think like exploring the ramifications of the LNG exports that are connected to the Spectra expansions is really important to do. And yeah, just overall, I think it's critical for the commission to take a holistic view of this and look at all the different pipeline projects, all the LNG terminals, and really take seriously what the impacts of all these projects are going to be. So I just close out by saying, since this is such a critical issue and it's basically a tax on Rhode Islanders of I don't know how many millions or hundreds of millions of dollars, I really encourage this commission to not fast track this docket and to have more public hearings regarding this issue. I've been fighting Spectra Energy for 3 years. I didn't find out about this here until yesterday. So I don't think, so I think the public notice is really lacking for a situation, a proposal this serious and this dangerous. And that's all right. Yeah, and just wrapping up, I think also including analysis, I don't think any of our, electricity bills should be going up for anything, but if we're talking about subsidizing fossil fuels, I think it would be also important for the commission to do an analysis, what would subsidizing community-owned renewable energy look like? And why is this commission just studying subsidizing fossil fuels? So that's all I have to say, but I would just really like to reiterate about having more public hearings and not fast-tracking this proposal, because this same proposal, as I said, is tied up in court in Massachusetts. There's been studies saying this isn't a good idea, and there was a lack of public notice for this, for the proposal of this magnitude. Thanks.